Alright, here it is, the touring bike. That's going all the way to Canada. The goal for destination Hyperborea is 45 degrees to 90 degrees north, and that's man-powered. So starting from 45 degrees to 58 degrees north, it's this bicycle. And this is a budget touring bike, so I was going to cover all the parts that went into it and the cost of each. Starting out with the bike itself, that's the Giant Escape 3. I got that bike used. Basically what I was looking for was a hybrid road bike, aluminum frame, straight fork, and this one pretty much had it. So $300 on a, I think it's a 2021 or a 2022 Giant Escape 3. After that, I wanted to replace a little bit of the drivetrain, starting with the bottom crankset here. Instead of having the 3 gears on the front, I just wanted 2. And so I went with the Shimano FCRS 200 crankset. And that has a 43.5 millimeter chain line. So immediately I had a problem with the bottom bracket not being the right size. So the next part that was replaced is the bottom bracket, and that's the Shimano BBU in 300 110 millimeter bottom bracket there. So both of those line up with the 43 with the 43.5 millimeter chain line. And unfortunately that meant I had to replace the front derailleur and the rear derailleur. So for those, I got the same set, the Shimano Claris R2000 on the front derailleur, as well as the rear derailleur, that's the R2000. And having a brand new bottom bracket crankset derailleurs, I actually needed to replace the derailleur cabling so that it was long enough, and put a brand new chain on. So that's the Shimano HG71 chain, which works with the 6, 7, and 8 speed setups. So basically replaced the entire drivetrain there. Next up was the pannier bags and the bike rack. Bike rack's kind of hard to see, but this is the ROCKBROS rear bike rack, as well as the ROCKBROS pannier bags. Those are the 27 liter pannier bags. Of course, the same exact one on each side. So that's 52 liter there, and then got a ROCKBROS trunk bag here. That one's another 13 liters. So on the rear wheel here, there's a combined 67 liter bag space between those 3 bags. Up front, they got the just a little barrel bag for the front handlebar. Carry the essentials up there, and we got some vial straps, volet, however you pronounce them. These are to help hold on the pannier bags. And I went for the 10 millimeter bike rack, one that clips right on. So save a little bit of wrap by clipping on directly to the bike rack there. So up here is the 25-inch lose my strap. The 25-inch going across the top, and wrapping across the pannier bags on the bottom is the 30-inch. Those are called rack straps. Moving up here for the hand grip, replace these. This is one with the extra surface area for the palm to sit on there, and those ones are the Ergon GP1 bicycle hand grips. I've used these before and never going back. I also wanted a second grip on the inner bicycle bar. A lot of times there's a bar end that you can grab onto over here, and I like one over here at the center. These ones are called SQlab 411. They're called Innerbarends. They're not going at the bar end, but they're inner bar ends, and they come in quite handy. You can hang on to it like this, like that, and rest your hand on it. Gives you a nice little grip there to switch between. The Mirrycle bike mirror, originally I was contemplating how useful it would be, but it really saves on yanking your head around to look for traffic coming. So that was actually quite helpful, and I'm glad I've added that Mirrycle little mirror there. For the bicycle pedal, just got a basic brand, MZYRH. I'm not sure how to say this one. MZYRH. And I got the Zefal Cristophe half toe clip. I've attached the half toe clip here, and the grips are on the upper side, but I've removed all the grips on the lower side. Now it is still possible to pedal the bike like this, they'll clear, but for overall riding I've got a little extra support, especially on the push forward and a little bit on the pull up, having those Zefal half toe clips. And moving over to the tires, these are just the tires that came with it. I'm probably gonna have to replace those in Canada, but I did put in some Rhinodillos bicycle liners, so any glass or goat heads won't give me any trouble there. For tubes themselves, I've got the Continental 700C, and I'm carrying 2 of these with me, and so that's what's inside as far as tube goes. And then also on the front here, I've got the SKS-Germany S-board front fender. Because there's no bags on the front, I will be going through mud and rain, so got this nice little front fender which attaches to the fork there. Moving on to page 2 here, we got the Brooks England B17 bicycle saddle, and this is what's called a floating saddle, something like 100 or 150 years old, and it's called a floating saddle because down here it's leather, and that's all you sit on there. The metal frame just goes around the edge, and the leather essentially floats. It's a pretty hard leather, so what happens is after about 200 to 300 miles, that leather will form into your pelvic bone, and the bike will be a perfect fit for you. So probably the most comfortable seat or saddle as far as a touring bicycle goes. For lights, I got the GearLight rechargeable set that I can charge with USB with my solar panel. So I got the headlight as well as the tail light there. And I put a bicycle stand on, which I think a lot of road cyclists would shun, but it's for touring. I didn't want to risk it because there's a lot of places like right here where I wouldn't be able to park my bike. I'd have to go lean it on a tree or something like that. So for me, a kickstand was essential, and that's a BV adjustable bicycle stand. You can just change the adjustment, and the adjustment's nice, to be honest, because sometimes in softer, if it's softer, I can just quickly extend that kickstand and I'm good to go. For security, I got the Kryptonite bike security cable, and that's right in here. So get a peek inside of the pannier bag and how much space is in there. Quite roomy. And here we go for the Kryptonite bicycle security cable. And down here we've got the Master Lock M1 XD. I went with the highest security possible without getting too much weight, because this bike is going to be all I have. Now for water bottle, I've got two Arundel Looney Bin cages. That's right here and right here. Those are real nice because they've got the ratcheting clip, and it even has a rubber grip in here, so it holds these bottles in shape perfectly. I got two 48-ounce Nalgene bottles, as well as the MSR fuels for my stove here. And because of the new derailleur, I had to do a small modification on the water bottle, but it's all fitting with three of them. And this one is called an any bottle cage, ABC. It's has the ratchet just like the Arundel Looney Bin cage, but it attaches with Velcro, and you can put this anywhere you wanna, where you got a tube. It'll strap right on. I didn't want to drill into the bicycle frame, so that one works perfect to add a third water bottle on. Finally, up here in the barrel bag, I'll go through what I'm bringing as far as tools. I've got the Leslie hand pump, and this one has the Schrader and the Presta valve here. So this works with either one. Right now on the bike is actually a Schrader valve. So this will still work for it no matter where I'm at. If there's a 700C tire, whether it's Schrader or Presta, I'll be good to go. And I got a couple Gorilla Force bike tire levers, of course, for swapping out that tire on the go. And here we've got the Leslie tire patch kit and Phillips Allen wrenches, all that good stuff. Some of the Park Tool pre-glued super patch kit, GP2, Shimano quick links, just in case I lose my quick link. This, they're light enough weight that I'd rather have them than not have them and need it. And that's what this is for, the chain connecting pin. So if for any reason I get a bent chain pin or something, like I said, it's light enough weight Might as well just have a couple extra pins and quick links. And that pretty much covers it as far as the bicycle setup. Now I'm not going to get into the tent and my coat, my stove and all this gear, but just for the bicycle setup, that's how it goes. And that's going to get me 1,500 miles, like I said, from 45 degrees north to 58 degrees north. That's where the ice roads end at Wollaston Lake, Canada. And I'm not going to be towing the skis. They're going to be shipped up to Wollaston Lake, and as soon as the lakes are frozen, about mid-November, I'll be switching from bicycle to ski. Planning to leave October 1st. There's one final piece of bicycle gear I'm trying to get worked out, so it might be a day or two late, but October 1st is the target. And that's the basic setup for a budget touring bike. I'll see you guys on the road, and a little update in the next video.